empty cup. Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
Welcome to After the Final Pour, brought to you by the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
Going in real close on that one.
A little too close.
Yeah, it is a little too close. How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. Ooh, holy cow! Have you smelled this beer yet?
Yeah, dude.
So I don't think I've had this before. I've had plenty of their different iterations. I'm actually going to check real quick here on the old Untappd to see if I've had it. But I feel like with what I just smelled from this, I would have remembered.
You'd remember.
Nope. Yeah. Well, at one point, apparently they made a passion fruit version of this. And tonight, we're drinking New Belgium Brewing Company's Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force IPA. It's 9.5% ABV with 20 IBUs. Fruit Force is a high-flying fruit punch IPA landing at a powerful 9.5% ABV. Prepare for takeoff and hold on to your aviators.
So just some other notes on it, too. It's brewed with pale malt, malted oats, and white wheat, and hopped with Amarillo, Centennial, Galaxy,
Yes.
Sabro, Lotus,
Yes.
Strata hops.
Oh, you lost me at Strata. No, I'm just joking. Those are all typical hazy IPA hops. Now, I've tried a bunch of the different Voodoo Ranger beers from New Belgium. I gotta be honest, they're all really good. I haven't had one that I've been like, nah, no thanks. Don't care for it. I think I want to say that my favorite one, if I just pull up Voodoo Ranger and see all the ones that I've checked in, they had something to do with like, oh yes, oh I didn't even check it in. Interesting. Voodoo Ranger 1985 was really, I remember really liking that one. It came across as it says it's a hazy IPA, but it drank way more like a West Coast IPA to me, which I liked. And the other one that I had last year, March 16th, was Voodoo Ranger Juice Force. Not Fruit Force, just Juice Force. And Juice Force, Jesus. Juice Force is also 9.5%. And I gave that one a 4.25.
When did you have that one last year?
March 16th. Oh my God. Did you take a sip yet?
No. So I had Juice Force in May of last year.
Oh, nice. This is man. So right off the bat, it smells like, yeah, and people listening can probably hear the smile on my face. It smells like Hawaiian Punch. It smells like fruit punch. Like it really, really does. Takes me back to the days of drinking Kool-Aid as a kid, which I'm surprised I didn't get diabetes from. But yeah, the smell is really good. I mean, it's that real tropical, fruity fruit punch smell. I mean, the first thing that came to my head was Hawaiian Punch. Like this is a Hawaiian Punch IPA.
Yeah, that's what it smelled like when I cracked the can open.
Yeah,
you know, like
I could smell this all the time.
Oh yeah, like back in the day, I think there was a short period. I don't know, maybe they still do, but I remember there was a brief period where there was cans of Hawaiian Punch.
Yeah, there was,
and it reminded me of that, like because I had the glass wasn't like super close to me when I cracked the can open, and it was like
I've said Jew Force and you said clan. What's going on?
And
something's
it was
not right.
It was a punch in the face of fruit punch, pleasantly.
Yeah. What do you think about the taste of it?
Look at the crazy head that like.
Oh, I know. I didn't even give it a vigorous. Here, let me see. I didn't even give it like a vigorous pour, and I got a nice like head on that.
It blows me away that this is a 9.5% IPA, and the IBUs are so low. And like the amount of hops they actually used in there.
Yeah. It so my first sip was, oh my God. It's like drinking carbonated fruit punch. And then there was a little bit of like bitterness in the back. Now I've taken a few more sips. 9.5 is crazy. Like it definitely doesn't taste like 9.5, but there is definitely like a boozy bite in the back, and
Yep.
not enough flavor or anything. But whoa, man, this is stupid dangerous. Like
Yeah.
if
Agreed.
I thought the beer hugs were really good from Goose Island. The whatever, what's their 9% or 9.9%?
It's not neon, is it?
No, beer hugs 9. Let's say 9%. Let's say beer hugs 9%. Tropical, yeah, okay. So
Oh.
tropical beer hug. So tropical beer hug is I thought was really good, and they also sell these in these really tall cans. This is what 19. This is a 19-ounce can. What is
Yep.
this? Wait. Yeah, 19.2 fluid ounces, which is wild. This, sorry, Goose, this blows all of the beer hugs out of the water. Just this one beer, I would take over all of the beer hugs. This is my favorite Voodoo Ranger variant that they've been so adamantly working on.
It's funny too because when I read it, I was like, "Oh, fruit punch IPA." I didn't realize like that they were going to go so down the rabbit hole of like, let's make
Fruit
this as
punch.
close to fruit punches or like Hawaiian punch as possible.
Yeah.
But they did that and they successfully nailed that. I would say.
And it's not super sweet.
Agreed.
And it's funny because with the high amount of alcohol and the low IBUs, they found a nice balance to have some bitterness in there to make you feel like, oh, I'm still drinking a beer. It's not just this fruit flavored malt beverage. Basically,
Yes.
they really nailed fruit punch with this. Does it say anything about any like? I didn't see anything about like any artificial flavorings or anything, or like fruit punch flavor. You know what I mean? Like,
And it says the beer has a fruity aroma and a juicy flavor with a twist of fruit punch flavor similar to Hawaiian punch. No, it doesn't say, like, at least not in the thing that came up in my Google search.
I'm checking now as well because fruit punch flavors reminiscent of Hawaiian punch. Yeah, it doesn't say like that. There's what flavor is fruit force. That is insane. Fruit force, pineapple, mango, and grapefruit. These flavors are balanced by moderate bitterness that keeps the beer from being overly sweet. Yeah,
Like, if they're just getting this from hops, that's crazy.
that is insane. Yeah, and I'm reading on another website that says it's not sure where they get the flavor from, but
No shit.
it's super easy to drink, and that's the big thing that I'm taking away from this too. Like, it's kind of creeping me out how it's scaring me how easy this is to drink. Good news is it looks like they also sell these in 6 12-ounce cans, so I don't have to go crazy drinking this.
Tall boys.
Yeah. Then these are the ultimate tall boys. I mean, 19.2 fluid ounces. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, so people know, like, this was I found this today. Tony and I both happened to be in separate grocery stores today. We knew we were going to record tonight. We were probably just going to end up doing random beers. But I thought
we do these days.
But I was like looking at beer and I was like, well, let me see what's in like the Jewel selection of tall boys. And they had a bunch of these 19-ounce cans that were like 2 for $6. And I took a picture and I sent it to Tony and I was like, and he's like, what? And he's like, wait, I'm at Mariano's. Let me see if they have it. And they had it at Mariano's. So
yeah, I'm having a real hard time like just accepting that there's no fruit juice or some type of fruit flavoring in here, but they don't list it anywhere, nowhere at all. It just says the hops and the malts and the ale yeast, London Ale 3.
I'm having a really hard time not drinking this beer.
Yeah, I mean, it's God bless America. This is great find, Brandon. I just poured the rest of the can in my glass.
So did I.
It's like a real refresher. Yeah, real refresher of the Exactly,
Right.
Aggie. The Hawaiian Punch smell. I mean, jeez. You know, we're when this episode comes out, we're already done with Riot Fest, and I had the idea of maybe that we should record after a night of Riot Fest, but Brandon was smart and said, "No, we should go home and go to bed because of how much time we're spending at Riot Fest this weekend." Um, God, I wish this was. You know what? Because I know that they have the beer hugs at Riot Fest because Goose Island, I believe, is one of the sponsors. Because yeah, they are because they make the Pale Ale Riot Fest sucks. And I was like, man, maybe they'll have. It'd be great if they had something like this there as well, but I doubt it because Goose Island's a sponsor, so it'll probably be a whole bunch of AB and Bev.
So I had this in the fridge, like from when I got home. I took it down like, I don't know. I think I was waiting like 10 or 15 minutes before we got on. But what I would be interested in, like if I ever get this again, which I probably will.
Yeah.
Probably be another tall boy if it's for $3.
Yep.
Dude, I want to like put this in the freezer to where it's like almost like
Frozen.
I don't want it to be a slushy, but I want it to be that ice cold beer. This would be so good, like super cold.
Yeah, because you'd get all that fruit flavor straight up without anything else.
And that just throws me back to like when I was a kid, dude. I used to put like my Hawaiian Punches in the freezer, and then I would pull them out and like slam them. Like, that's why I was fat. Slamming Hawaiian Punch like it was going out of style.
And why it's easy for us to drink beers the way we do now too.
Yeah, right.
I mean, any liquid. I mean, when I buy, I'm looking around. I just cleaned the basement. I'm looking around now. It's like there's random like different flavors of carbonated water cans just sitting around because I mean, I'll come home from work and the first thing I want to do is like, oh man, I want one of these carbonated waters, and I come down to the basement, I grab a can, give myself like 15 minutes, just like, okay, done with work, decompress for a little bit, crack it open, and like I can easily kill two of them. Like I just found out that Juul's like brand, like their off brand, has the cherry flavored, which is hit or miss for a lot of people because some people think it kind of tastes like cherry cough syrup in carbonated water, which I do too, but I don't get that, which I'm very happy about because I really love the cherry flavored ones. So I just bought that yesterday, and I bought it last night at like I was at Jewel like 7:30, and out of the 12 pack, I think I'm already down to like 7 of them.
You got a fucking problem, man.
I know. Well, it's better that than like slamming beers all the time.
Is it though? Is it
I don't
really?
know. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what the carbonation's doing to my body and my teeth or.
Well, there's carbonation in beer anyway, so either way we'd be fucked.
That's what I mean, So, but there's no alcohol and there's no calories, so I got that going for me. Artificial flavoring,
It's gonna come out in like 30 years that carbonation has like that creates calories. It's like, oh, that carbonated water you were drinking, that was actually 400 calorie 12-ounce can.
Your body's converting carbonation into calories.
It needs to survive. Needs to survive.
Our bodies have just become so used to it. It's like, well, we were consuming so many, we might as well turn them into calories. Clearly, you're taking this into your body for some reason, and it's for survival. That's our theory, everybody. We're fucking scientists.
But way to go, Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah, way to go to Belgium with the fucking continuing the Voodoo Ranger series, and this 100% being my favorite right now. And I would like to do a tropical beer hug and Voodoo Ranger Fruit Force side by side to see where they stack up, but I gotta lean. I don't even know if I need to do that because, in all honesty, I mean this just tastes like Hawaiian Punch in beer form.
I would like to find out, or I would love to find a bunch of like fruit punch inspired beers and do a blind taste testing.
Sure, I'm down for that. Also, now that I'm drinking this a little bit more, I'm getting like the fruit punch flavor that I'm getting now is kind of turned into like a grapefruity, pineapple type, like, and that's I like that. I am not upset about that.
No, and I think for me it feels like as it's warming up, like some other flavors are starting to shine a little bit more than all
Yeah,
of them.
it's not just like straightforward. Oh, here's fruit punch. I'm starting to feel the beer. I'll tell you that much. As far
Me
as
too.
alcohol goes, Brandon rubs the can on his face. No, like alcohol wise,
Oh yeah,
I feel like my body is now starting to.
you've gotten a little redder as we've been talking.
I believe it. I actually, I can tell. I'm looking in the video now. Like I feel warmer in the face. So, way to go, body.
Making me warm.
Need to stop
Stupid
drinking.
body.
I'm gonna stop doing this podcast. Yeah, man, I'm excited to see what beers they have on hand at Riot Fest. That way, as you're listening to this, we've already gone to.
Yeah, I meant to look earlier. I was going to look in the app and see if it said anything about like the food options or.
There are a ton of different food vendors. I did see that it is on the map.
We should try to do the Ferris wheel.
I would love to do that. The line was too long. We only had one day last year. Now we have a day and a half ish. I'm saying. What time are you joining me on Sunday? Later in the day, right?
I don't know yet. I still have to talk to Becca to see if we're going to do the thing.
Sure.
The monster trucks. But we'll see. I think if anything, at least I might do like Beck and I and Benjamin. And you're welcome to come too if we don't go to monster trucks, but like we might go do like an early brunch or something like that. And
I would like to.
And then I would
Sounds
just
great.
go to the fest. So
Sunday there is one band that I want to see that is like early in the morning, but it's the Smoking Popes, Chicago's Smoking Popes. But they're only playing for like 45 minutes, and they're like the second band of the day, which kind of bums
crazy.
me out. Yeah, that's. And then after that, there really isn't anything I want to see until later in the day.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought it was interesting. Like you sent your list of like what you wanted to see. I had completely forgotten about Corey Feldman. And I hadn't even looked. Like
it's the first band on Saturday we got to go see.
I was looking at the list of like, all right, who's playing, and then I was like, nothing really. And then you sent Corey Feldman. I was like, how did I miss that? Like, how did I miss that?
You just forgot, man. You just forgot. That was it. I'll tell you this. The real bummer for me, and this is going to sound crazy, Friday I need to figure out or Saturday during the day, how long it takes to get from one stage to another, because right after Queens of the Stone Age,
that's on Saturday.
Yes, Postal Service is going to go on, and they're going to start right away because of the stage right next to them, kind of like when we saw Yeah Yeah Yeahs and Nine Inch Nails. Yep. So Postal Service is going on. I've never seen Postal Service. They're playing their one album all the way through. Pretty excited about that. But also, at that exact same time, ICP will be on the other side of the park halfway through their set.
Gotta go find me some juggalos.
Oh, boy. Brandon just got canceled. My concern with that is, now, both of those artists I've never seen live. Musically, now when I was younger, I did listen to some ICP. I had my Insane Clown Posse phase. I feel like a lot of us in my age probably did, right, Matthew? But the Postal Service, like, I really like the Postal Service musically, and I would love to see that album played in its entirety. It'd be a great way to end the night. But when are we going to get a chance to see the Insane Clown Posse again?
Yeah.
Like, and the other thing is like, if by the time Queens of the Stone Age is wrapping up, because that's a full set, I want to see that full set.
Yeah.
Like, we'll see how long it takes to get from one end to the other, and we can catch the final, half hour or 20 minutes of ICP. We could always come back and catch the maybe a little bit left of the Postal Service as well. So we'll lose a little bit of music, but we could still see both of them. I just roll the dice and hopefully be able to catch enough ICP to make missing the beginning of the Postal Service set worth it.
Yeah. I don't know if I saw it on TikTok or if it was a Facebook video. And I don't think I may have sent it to you. Maybe I didn't, but it was a video with one of the guys from ICP. And they were talking about, somebody was interviewing them, talking about like how rich they are.
That was Violent J.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
It was like, you guys have so much money. He's like, I don't have any money.
Steve-O was interviewing him.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. And he's like, it all goes back into the business. Like, they have their own record company. They produce their own stuff, put out their own stuff, and it all goes back into the business. And I was like,
And he said it. He goes,
I can
he was
respect
like,
that.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, dude, they made their own fucking thing. You know what I mean? Say what you want about like the Juggalos and Insane Clown Posse and everything, but like, man, they made their own thing and they like their own brand and like did their own thing and they put all that money. Like he said, he's like, I'm being real with you right now. I don't even have $100,000 in my bank account right now. It's just so funny, man. Like, and that's awesome. So, like, I think we have to make the effort to go see a little bit of ICP.
Oh yeah,
Got to.
I'm down.
Got to down with the clown, as they say in one of their songs. Down with the clown till you're dead in the ground. That's a great way to wrap up this episode. Wait, real quick before we wrap up that episode, because that was the perfect ending right there. I am super excited to knowing that the Foo Fighters are playing a full 2-hour set on Friday night. Like, if I'm not mistaken, maybe one other band is playing, but I don't know if any other bands are playing while the Foo Fighters are playing on Friday night. I'm actually looking at the schedule. Jesus Christ. That is the app. One other band's playing.
Sludgeworth.
Yeah, Sludgeworth. So that's so one other band is playing while the Foo Fighters, and Fake Names is ending while the Foo Fighters start. I'm sorry. The only band where no one is playing is on Sunday for The Cure.
Oh, interesting.
Who also is the only other band that has a full 2-hour set. So, Sunday we'll see how we're feeling. I definitely want to see The Cure. I don't know.
Even if just a little of it.
Yeah, I mean, sticking around last year for 9 Inch Nails was great. Did we stay for all of Hurt, or is that when we started leaving, when Hurt was playing?
I think we stayed for pretty much all of it. Or maybe we walked out towards the tail end.
Yeah.
But we made perfect timing and then found the random stranger on the street to give us a ride.
Yeah, man. And hey, thanks for the ride, guy who said he was just $30. Did you give him cash, or was it an Uber thing?
Yeah, I think I gave him $30 or $40, and it was like, dude, he got us out of there within 5 minutes, and I was like,
got us back to the car, and you and I got home. You dropped me off, or did you drop me off? No, you dropped me off in my car because I was at your house.
Yep.
And dropped me off in my car at your house. And I made it home right before that storm hit, because I remember coming home and going to the backyard and bringing in all the cushions. And then by the time I got in and put on the TV to kind of relax before I had to go to bed and then go to work the next day, that thunderstorm hit. It was crazy. And as of right now, as you and I are talking, so this will be another interesting thing to come back to. When I had looked at the weather, the weather this whole week in Chicago has been my favorite weather. The guy who does shipping at my job, we call it big guy weather, because it's, we're here we work in a warehouse, and it's been in the 60s all week, mid upper 60s. And now this weekend is going to be 75, 73, and 71. And originally it's set on Sunday, so I don't know if it'll bounce back to that, but there was a chance of rain on Sunday. Rain. So we'll see. Which I think, Yeah. So, I mean, did I say sun? There's a 30%, 50% chance of sun. There's a chance of rain, which I was like, oh, that's perfect, because The Cure is the headliner. So, I mean, why would you not want to stand in the rain and listen to The Cure? And The Used. That's who I'm also excited to see on Sunday. So, pretty excited about Riot Fest. But nothing compares to this beer. Brandon, how many Hawaiian punches are you giving this?
I'm going 4.5.
Right on. I am going 4.7.
Ooh, nice.
4.7. I was close to doing 4.8, but for what this is, for what it says that it is, for the type of beer that they are saying that it is, this is fantastic. I really like it.
Nailed it.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a 6-pack of this in the fridge to have every now and then to share with some friends, because it's a tasty one, man.
Yeah, and it's good. This would be a good beer. I mean, and I'm not going to say people that don't like craft beer or hoppy beers or whatever are going to like this, but it's a good beer. Even for people that like craft beer, it's a different take on an IPA, and it's really well done.
There's definitely more of a bitterness that has come through as I'm finishing up this beer. So it's from the beginning to the end, it's been like a total change in the beer. And I like that. I like that about this. And I'm going to recommend this to other people who I think would thoroughly enjoy it.
Agreed. I will do that too.
Fantastic. All right, buddy. Brandon, I love you, man.
Love you too, bud.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Cheers.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.